My name is Raj Burli, and I am the Global Ambassador for Digital Peace Now, a movement of thousands of cyber citizens from around the world who celebrate the internet and believe that artificial intelligence can be used to take humanity into the future, instead of perpetuating an idea that we must weaponize AI systems and turn the internet into a battlefield. I'm here today to talk to you about just that, the full picture, the realities of cyberspace and AI's place within that ecosystem. Cyber attacks have real-world impacts, with the bulk of consequences, as we all know, felt by innocent and vulnerable civilians. Whether it be cyber attacks on hospitals, critical infrastructure, or financial institutions, the impacts of cyber attacks rarely stay within the digital world. To further compound and complicate this issue, increasing investment and research into AI tech and its integration, coupled with increases in the degrees of military autonomy and remote operation, will inevitably amplify the speed, power, and scale of future attacks within cyberspace. Authors James Johnson and Eleanor Crabble argue that there are three key issues when discussing the implementation of AI-enabled offensive cyber capabilities. Firstly, advances in autonomy and machine learning mean that a much broader range of physical systems are now vulnerable to cyber attacks like hacking, spoofing, and data poisoning. Secondly, cyber attacks that target AI systems can offer attackers access to machine learning algorithms and potentially vast amounts of data from facial recognition and intelligence collection systems. Thirdly and finally, AI systems used in conjunction with existing cyber offense tools might become powerful force multipliers, thus enabling sophisticated cyber attacks to be executed on a larger scale, both geographically and across networks. They can also be executed at faster speeds, simultaneously across multiple military domains, and with greater anonymity than ever before. Increasingly, the international community has watched as our digital world has been weaponized, while global leaders fail to take definitive, unified action to protect it. While public awareness of cyber warfare has reached a new high due to a rise in cyber conflicts and a growing reliance on critical online connectivity, digital citizens around the world still remain at risk. A 2020 report commissioned by Digital Peace Now found that over 60 countries are heavily investing in offensive cyber warfare technologies, with AI-enabled cyber warfare capabilities being a key focus area for more developed nations. Put together, the global cyber landscape, now empowered by machine learning and artificial intelligence, can feel like it's on the precipice of an invisible war, one that's fought by computers and lost by humanity. You might be thinking that all hope is lost and futile, and that we should abandon AI technologies altogether. That conclusion, while understandable, is not one I want you to draw. AI technologies are not something of which to be afraid. Like many of the tools and teachings at our disposal, it's the method of utilization and application that differentiates between good and bad. Assistant teaching professor at Georgetown University, Ben Buchanan, writes that AI technologies, applied defensively, have the potential to increase strategic stability and security for nations who approach their AI implementation with this in mind. From vulnerability detection to data protection, machine learning technologies can be used for positive and defensive outcomes. Furthermore, let's not forget that outside of a military context, AI systems already reduce workloads, remove the necessity for humans to engage in tedious tasks, and deliver operational efficiencies that were otherwise out of reach. AI tech has been used to provide better disaster responses, and if developed further, has the potential to analyze data in the moment and save valuable time when issuing emergency warnings. From self-driving cars to proactive healthcare management, smart robotics, automated manufacturing, even music creation, the pursuit of art, AI is everywhere and it's our future. AI technologies have a myriad of potential uses that aren't limited to hacking foreign nations and creating cyber weapons. For every negative application of machine learning in AI systems, there seem to exist multiple positive ones. And that's what we should be focusing on. The power of AI to help us tackle the greatest challenges facing humankind. It's imperative that we act now and call on governments to eradicate the threat of cyber warfare and focus on the positive power of AI to create real and lasting change to the lives of millions of people. How? You might be wondering. It's a good question, and the good news is that work has already begun. All it needs is your support. In November 2018, the Paris Call for Trust and Security in Cyberspace was launched, a global initiative that calls on governments, civil society, and private sector entities to come together around 9 key principles to secure cyberspace. The Paris Call promotes unity and collaboration, which are both desperately needed to ensure responsible behaviour within cyberspace. Now, while all 9 principles are essential for securing our digital futures, I'd like to highlight the importance of the 9th principle: to promote the widespread acceptance and implementation of international norms of responsible behaviour as well as confidence-building measures within cyberspace. Given that these technologies allow us to permeate through the cyberverse with little to no regard for borders, further eased by advancements in AI, having a collective set of rules and norms that is internationally agreed upon is crucial for ensuring peace in cyberspace. Since its inception 3 years ago, 79 states, 391 civil society organizations, and over 700 private businesses have come together in support of the Paris Call and its 9 core principles. Supporting this initiative is how we take action, and how we ensure that advances in connected technologies, AI or otherwise, are used for good. By calling on our governments and urging them to support the Paris Call for peace and security in cyberspace, we can ensure the future of the digital world remains safe, secure, and accessible for all. We all have a voice, and supporting the Paris Call can be as easy as engaging in the conversation on Twitter using the hashtags #PickUpTheParisCall and Stop Cyber Warfare. That's hashtag #PickUpTheParisCall and hashtag Stop Cyber Warfare. And remember, there is no peace without digital peace. Thanks for listening.